Right, so he does go on to say that he is sympathetic with Hetzel's implied position towards academic ethics, namely that if we were to start with theories about virtue, natural law, or divine commands, we may never get around to fixing structural problems. So he kind of bypasses all that and says, let's just get out in the world and do things. And so as a virtue ethicist, to think about the end, you want to get going now, because your telos, your endpoint, factors into how you live. So this is something that he resonates with. But he says that he is puzzled how all this works in real life, since Hetzel gives the Micah 6:8 as a pragmatic verse. He says he wants to focus some of his thoughts here, and in fact we'll see that with some others as well.
Yeah. So Hetzel, as we saw, focuses in on this Old Testament passage here. And so he wants to use that then maybe to help us to understand where he's coming from and where Hetzel here may be lacking. So he says Hetzel has given some direction as to what justice means, but I find that the second phrase, right, needs some clarification. What does it mean to love kindness? That's the second phrase in this passage here. What does it mean to love kindness? He asks. Does it mean that we are able to show kindness? And that's hesed, loving kindness and mercy, right? The Hebrew word there, hesed. Yeah. If so, which others, right? We're to love kindness, have kindness toward others, but which others, right? By chapter 6, he tells us that Micah has already threatened God's imminent vengeance and anger and wrath on nations who have not obeyed, even to the destruction of their cities, right? And so do these verses in the immediate context mean then that we are required to display kindness and mercy only toward those who are like us, insiders to the covenant of Yahweh's Hesed? And he says, that doesn't sound right. Right? So, who are we? The second portion of it here, the second phrase, love kindness. Who do we love? Who do we have this love kindness toward? Because it seems like, it's directed specifically to those who are in the, covenant Israel, basically.
Right.
Now, obviously we've been applying that passage for decades, millennia to lots of folks, but Kellenberg is getting at a point here about interpreting the passage correctly. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's part of what he's trying to criticize Hetzel here about.
Many divinely inspired paths on the road to hell have started off with bad hermeneutics. So yes, that may be the case here as well.